Ahoy hoy, I'm not Planner Walk, and welcome. Today we're going to talk about the COPPA apocalypse, the new YouTube terms of service, YouTube removing demonetization, Team Skeptic and MCToon getting kicked out of the Flat Earth International Conference, some asshole called FTFE losing his Twitter account and then getting threatened with a lawsuit from FEIC, and Flat Earth guru Gerry Rocha hiding from debate with FTFE in this month's Flat Earth News. Hello and welcome to Flat Earth News, the show that highlights what is going on in the crazy world of flurfia and harsh realm of YouTube. Planner Walk is currently undergoing NASA maintenance, so I've been cloned an extra time to help out. And if you want to see more of me, you can find me on youtube.com/FTFE1. But on with the news. First up, finally, it looks like some good news for YouTubers, as the CEO of YouTube announces in her quarterly letter to YouTube creator... Wait, there's a quarterly letter to YouTube... That could have been helpful to know. But yes, Susan states that YouTube have been working to identify advertisers who are interested in edgier content, like a marketer looking to promote an R-rated movie so that they can match them with creators whose content fits their ads. What this means is that you don't have to worry about getting that dreaded yellow money symbol next to your videos and censor your swear words, as you will still be earning ad revenue from people wanting to promote stuff more for an adult market. That's a fucking good job, because I fucking swear all the fucking time, thank fuck. Of course, this is extra good news after the recent developments with COPPA, which could see creators being hit with a fine of up to $42,000 if they are deemed as marketing to children. Because of COPPA's new rules, any channels seen as for kids would not be getting targeted ads, meaning a massive reduction in ad revenue for the creator. So we all know what to do to stay monetized then, don't we? Swear all the time and do streams naked. Yeah, I'm getting told that I'm not allowed to swear and I've got to keep my clothes on because you guys won't like that very much and it won't make Planner Walk any money anyway. Which is another thing YouTube are doing, as in the new terms of service, it states that YouTube can remove all content that is not seen as being commercially viable. Now the direct quote is, YouTube may terminate your access or your Google account's access to all or part of the service if YouTube reasonably believes that its provision of the service to you is no longer commercially viable. What this means is that if your channel doesn't make that much money for YouTube, they can just shut it down. This is likely being done in an effort to reduce the amount of growing storage needs that YouTube has. But if you only have a few thousand subs and don't make a whole load of money for YouTube, your channel is at risk of being shut down. But enough about how YouTube are making it impossible to make a living on YouTube. And on to some flat earth stupidity. November 14th and 15th saw Texas become the latest victim of a flurf infestation, as Dallas was chosen to host the Flat Earth Conference 2019. Approximately 400 people descended on an unlucky hotel conference room to listen to some of the stupidest people on the planet talk to a bunch of gullible idiots. All your favourite morons were there, including D Marble, who ran away from Team Skeptic.
Let's go ahead. Hey, how you doing? D Marble, right? I'm David. Team Skeptic. Nice to meet you. I'd love to interview you, man. We're here to... That's another no, right?
Nathan Thompson, who ran away from Team Skeptic and then came back with a bodyguard. And Mark Sargent, who, to his credit, actually came and did an interview with Team Skeptic. Unfortunately, most of the flat earthers were not happy to see globe earthers at their conference, and Nathan Thompson threatened an old man while he was having lunch, and Robbie Davidson, organiser and CEO of FEIC, had Team Skeptic and MCToon removed from the conference by law enforcement.
That's awesome.
Nice. Very good.
Hi.
How you doing?
We're not bothering anybody. I just asked a couple people for an interview. They told me no, and I was like, yes, sir. Thank you. Shook their hand, and they walked off. This is public space. We're not
now because they're paying for this space right now.
Okay.
So you will have to, if they don't want you here, you have to put yourself out here.
Okay.
All right. Now you can main MC. The space is what they rate.
Okay. Yeah. Not a problem. We can stay up at the front, officer. Yeah. I appreciate your help. I appreciate you not being as as unwilling to talk as these guys. I really wasn't causing a problem. So I understand, but I wouldn't cause a problem.
Yeah, no biggie.
All right. Hey, Robbie, I appreciate your time, man. You didn't have to get this guy. You could have personally come up and talked to us. Okay, great.
Flat Earthers had the nerve to talk about censorship. Flat Earth documentary in the making, The Plain Truth Behind What Curve, has come to a halt in production as co-producers JM Truth and Shelley Lewis part company after a bitter feud. Yes, it seems that accusations of embezzlement of investor funds and creative differences has resulted in a breakup of the Flat Earth documentary, with both sides claiming illegal actions by the other side, resulting in a hostile encounter in a casino with security surrounding JM Truth. Recently, JM Truth came onto my channel and gave his side of the story, accusing Shelley and fellow documentary makers of stealing his equipment and leaving him abandoned. Shelley is yet to respond, stating her legal team has advised her not to talk about the situation. Next up, me. Yes, there is a couple of bits of news involving me. The official FTFE Twitter account has been deleted by Twitter after apparently breaking the terms of service on Twitter. After a mass reporting by butthurt flat earthers, this tweet, calling flat earthers morons, was enough for Twitter to permanently disable the account. 3 attempts at appeals have been made and all 3 have failed. We've reached out to FTFE for comment and he said this. It's fucking shite, innit? Thank you for that, FTFE. Now we go over to Planner Walk, who has taken a break from his NASA servicing to tell us this. Over to you, Planner Walk.
Ahoy hoy! So, about a week ago, I was talking about a whole lot of copyright claims that were being given out by Illustrated Sound Music. Now, since that video went out, all the copyright claims, or at least all the copyright claims to my knowledge, have been released. Now, Illustrated Sound Music did put out a statement saying that it was due to an internal error with copyright ID. So this means that I was wrong about a few things in that video. I was wrong about Illustrated Sound Music claiming videos manually, I was wrong about it being intentional from Illustrated Sound Music, and I was also wrong about bigger creators not being impacted. However, I was right about it not being the fault of individual creators, but unfortunately, not everyone figured that out. In fact, the creator whose videos were used for copyright claims deleted their channel. Now this is rather unfortunate because, this person didn't do anything wrong. They probably had a lot of people that were leaving comments saying, hey, why is my stuff being copyright claimed? And they couldn't do anything about it because it was a fault of their network. Now, I think the biggest point to make from this is that it just goes to show how much of an issue that you can have with YouTube's content ID system. Why was this allowed to happen in the first place? Was this an issue where someone misclicked something? Or was it a thing where they were trying to implement a system and the system misfired? How did this happen? Now, some people may say, well, let's not worry about this anymore. Don't get too hung up on it. It's all been resolved. But I want to know why this happened, because if it happened once, it can happen again. And also, it hasn't been resolved. Someone deleted their channel because of this. But one thing that I do find rather amusing, it's also an issue, is that somehow they were able to copyright claim videos that were made before the video that was being used to copyright claim was published. That just blows my mind. But in other news, I've shaved. Really nothing that impressive. Back to you.
Thanks for that, Planner Walk. Now, more news regarding FTFE. The Flat Earth research group FEIC have threatened to raise litigation against me for defamation, as in my video titled Mike Kavanagh and FEIC are frauds, I stated that FEIC didn't have the correct registered paperwork to be a non-profit tax-exempt organisation, which at the time of releasing the video on September the 5th this year was true. FEIC were granted tax-exempt status on the 12th of September. This was a week after I said they didn't have it. The thing is that they were telling people, even investors, that they did have it as far back as November 2017. I stand firm that nothing I have said is defamatory and have nothing to fear from flat earthers playing with the law. And to finish off, let's talk about the biggest fail this month, and it comes from our side, as owner of SpaceX and Tesla Elon Musk had a disastrous unveiling of the Cybertruck, as both front and rear indestructible windows on the angular futuristic vehicle were shattered when Elon asked one of his engineers to throw a heavy metal ball at the windows to showcase their strength. Whoops. Meanwhile, Musk has also angered amateur astronomers as his chain of Starlink satellites, designed to bring affordable high-speed internet to the world, messes up the views of the stars. That's all for today. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Flat Earth News. Planet Walk will be back with regular programming soon. For now, I've been FTFE, and between you and me, thank you for watching.